It's Friday. We're gonna talk about what's sold. Yeah, it's Friday. I hope you sold something too. Yes, I really, really do. It's Friday. Hi, it's Friday.
It's Friday, and we're going to talk about what's sold this week.
That's right.
We're going to say how much we paid for it, what it sold for, what our net profit is.
After we take out the fees.
And then how long it took to sell.
Right, and why are we doing this?
For educational purposes only.
So we can all decide if these are things we want to keep looking for to have in our eBay stores, or maybe not. Jonathan is going to go ship some stuff.
I'm shipping. I'm shipping right now.
Okay, take it over from here. Thank you, my love. Hi. All right, so let's get into it right off the bat here. The first item. Whoops, sorry, I'm having a problem now. Jonathan got me all. Dang it. Hold on just one second. All right, everything's okay. The first item we're going to talk about is this was a brand new serving set from Rogers. The pattern was called Flirtation. It was brand new in the box. You can see each of the utensils was still wrapped in its plastic. I picked up that set for $8.75. I thought it was going to be a little better, but I sold it for $26, and that gave me a profit of $12.77, and that took 6 months to sell. Okay, this next one is this is an empty. Remember, you can only sell empty liquor bottles. You cannot sell liquor on eBay. It is prohibito. This is a Kahlua bottle, and it was from their Heritage collection. This one we picked up for 83 cents. It sold for 17, and that gave me $12.66, and that took just 5 months. Okay, I love this one. Who would have thought this? Ivory flakes. A lady totally thrust them into my arms, gave it to me for free at her yard sale because she didn't know what to do with them. So I thought, okay, I'll check it out. So I got it for free. Sold for $36 for crying out loud. And that gave us $29.75. And that just took 2 months to sell. You can hear Jonathan using the tape gun over there. And I got Winslow right here. It's a very busy day at the Zula Mercantile. Okay, next up is another one of those American Standard pipe heaters. I'm so glad I got those. For crying out loud, this thing, I got it for $5. This one sold for $110, giving me $89.90. And it just took 3 months to sell. Got one left. Hopefully that one will go this winter as well. That was great. I feel smart for picking those up. Sometimes you feel smart. Okay, next one is a Hero Find. This is a set of Craftsman, they're not boring bits. They're forging bits. These were forging bits. It was a vintage set, and you can just mount it on your wall, which is handy. This one we got for $6.52. It sold for $35, giving us $22.82 in just 1 week. Good job, honey. That was the Craftsman bit set.
That was a good one.
I don't know if you can hear him. He's over there now making a racket with paper. Hey.
Sorry about that.
Okay. Okay, the next one is a Bennington flag. This is the good old-fashioned flag with the circle of stars for the 13 colonies. It was brand new, old stock. Came with a pole, an eagle topper, the instructions, and some string too, and the flag, of course. So this one I grabbed for I spent $5 on it. It sold for $30, giving me a profit of $22.54, and that just took 1 month for that one. Okay, this is cute. I always buy these when I see them, and I can usually get them for $1 because you never know if they're going to work. But this is from Sky Kids, and it's called the Let Me Out of Here box. You can see it looks like a crate, but it has a motion sensor on it, and so then it rattles around on the table and it screams out, "Let me out of here," or something like that. They crack me up, really. But what's even better than that, like I said, I spent $1 on it. I sold it for $30, and that gave me $24.20, and that just took a month for that one to go. Who would have thought? Okay, let's see. Oh, this is a vintage, kind of vintage. I won't declare vintage because I'm not sure what year this was from, but it was an RCA Kazoo MP3 player, brand new in the original packaging. I spent $2 on this one. It sold for $25 and gave us a profit of $18.71, and that just took a year. Just a year for that one. I don't think I'll pick that up again. But when you see older stuff that's new in the package. It is hard to resist. Anyway, I made money on it, so it's fine. Okay, this next one here, you might remember the Queen of the Capes. This was kind of a desperation buy. I remember the sale was so expensive, all their vintage stuff, but this one was only $15. And I realized when I got it home, the reason why it was only $15 is because it was riddled with holes. So I disclosed that in the listing. It did sell for $50, giving me a profit of $26.68, and that took 3 months. I accepted an offer on it because I want somebody to get it that can fix it up and wear it. It was really neat, so... All right, now this set here, these are really nice. These were, I couldn't call them new because I didn't have the tags on them, but you could tell they were never even used. It was a set of 3 Le Creuset. This is their French onion soup crock. I spent $13 on the 3 of those. They sold for $100, giving me $72.19, and those just took a month to sell. I mean, Le Creuset, every time I have it, it sells. Get the Le Creuset if you get it for a good deal anyway. All right, now here's that Tiffany cup. This is from their Everyday Items series, I think is what they called it. But it was fashioned to look like a blue paper cup, and it did. It was really cute. That one, I paid $5 for it, and then when I got home, I saw there's a tiniest little microchip right on the lip of it. So this one did go for less than what they're going for, but I got $69 for it, and that gave me a profit of $53.73, and that was just in 2 months. So I mean, Tiffany, I'll always pick up Tiffany. All right, now this pair of eyeglasses, these are Ray-Ban. They're gunmetal carbon sides. They're really nice. I got those for $2. They sold for $40, giving me $33.90. And those those were over a year as well. Those were 13 months on those. And it's all style dependent and who needs what. I actually have a little drawer over here that I keep all the eyeglasses in that I'm selling. So they're easy to photograph, easy to ship, easy to store. So when I see good glasses, I will pick them up. And even waiting a year to sell them, that is fine for me. All right, this is the Donna Karan wool vintage shoulder pads, long sleeve, mock neck bodysuit. This one I got not too long ago at the Goodwill. I spent $5.42. It sold for $90, giving me $71.97, and that just took 5 days to sell. I just lit up when I found it. That was a great find. That was exciting. Okay, now these are really good, and you might not expect it, but these are just plain old blank cassette tapes, and it was a 12-pack. These are the Maxell High Bias 90-minute tapes in that gold wrapper, and I've sold them a few times. They do well for me. I got this pack for $3 at a yard sale, and they sold for $70. Accepted an offer on them, and that gives me $56 in my pocket, and that just took a month for that to sell. I mean, who would have thought that? But you know what? I don't know. I'm going to look it up. I'm going to see, are they still making blank cassette tapes for people to use? I'm not sure, but I've had good luck and bad luck with blank cassette tapes. So always look them up when you find them. They're always selling for cheap because people don't have anything to do with them anymore. So that's a good thing to look for. Okay, now these are 2 little pottery elves. Gosh, their faces were so cute. And then they had leather hats on. Just an artisan type of thing. I paid way too much for them at $12.64, and they sold for $32. So my profit was $13.90, and they only took 5 months to sell, which I knew they would sell, but just the profit margin wasn't huge, but I did make some money, and they were pretty cute. So not a bad thing. All right, this is an Orvis smock neck quarter zip navy blue sweater. This came from a friend who's doing a closet clean out, so I got it for free. It sold for $15, giving me $11.95, and that took just over a year to sell. Orvis is really hit or miss. I don't know, but I'm glad I didn't pay anything for it, and I did make some money, so that was a good thing. Okay, this was just recently too. This is that 3-piece Liz Sport velvet 3-piece suit, vest, jacket, pants. Oh, it was beautiful. Yeah, I got this at the sale where right after it, my back started. Yeah, that was a problem. Anyway, it paid off still to go to the sale because this one did sell. I spent $6.52 on the suit. It sold for $60. I accepted an offer, and that gave me a profit of $44.58, and that just took 6 days to go. So I'm glad I followed my gut on that one and picked that one up. Next is, this was Just Spoons. You know, I love selling flatware, but this was a group of Just Spoons. This is the Rogers. Shoot, I forget the name of the, everything all right. Okay, 14 spoons. I spent $1.33 on these spoons. They sold for $22, giving me a profit of $17.70. And those took a really long time to sell, like a year and a half. But I also have a great way to store all the silverware that I have, so not a big deal for me to hold on to those. Okay, next, this one was neat. This, again, I followed my gut on it because I could not find a comp when I was at the sale. The brand is called Art Flow. It was pristine with the Italian flag on here, and it did say Italy on it. And I love how the ribbing on the collar and the wrists and all that were flag inspired as well. Sorry. This one, I did pay $6.50 for it. It sold for $65, giving me $49.15, and that just took 2 months to sell. Alrighty. Ooh, these are, this is a Corel dishes set. I think that's actually what Jonathan is shipping right now at this moment. And this one, the pattern is called Spring Blossom, and it's also referred to as Crazy Daisies. You can decide on your listing. I always put both because people really seek out this pattern. I paid $2 for this whole set. There's a lot of pieces, and I was shocked at the yard sale when they were like, there's $2. Okay. They sold for $53, giving me $44.28, and they did take a year to sell. And I remember about 6 months ago, I was getting a little discouraged on them, but I just stuck with it, and eventually that paid off. All right, this is another good one here. So Diamond Jubilee, Queen of England mug. The artist that made these, her name is Emma Bridgewater, and apparently she's real sought after because this mug, I paid $1 for it. It sold for $34, giving me a profit of $27.48, and that just took 2 months to go. So keep your eye out for those Emma Bridgewater things. All right, this one's a hero find, and it's not a great one, but you know, I asked him, I said, do you want me to put this one in the video? And he says, no, you don't have to give me credit for that one. But he relented and said, I always admit to my mistakes, so he could admit to his too. This is a little bag of these little fiber, they're called glowing embers. You add them to your gas fireplace, and they glow like a flame. They're really neat. But I think the reason why we bought them is because last time we had our fireplace serviced, the guy said, I'm going to give you some extra of these embers, but they're really expensive. But I won't charge you, you know, because I like you guys, something like that. So we were under the impression that these glowing embers are very expensive. And we paid $4 for the bag at a yard sale. And I just lost it. They sold for $11.25. And that gave us... That's funny. While we were joking about it, I did not write down the profit. So let's see here. The profit was $4.88. So we're going to throw that in Jonathan's log of profits. Do you have anything?
Yay!
Do you have anything to say about your embers?
They glow. And that's important.
They glow, and someone is going to be happy with them, and we didn't lose any money.
Yep.
So all is well. Next up here. This I also got at that same trip to the thrift store as I did the Donna Karan bodysuit. This is a lavender CP shades cotton sweater, vintage. And this one, let's see, I paid $5.42 for it. Sold for $45, giving me a profit of $32.83, and that just took 5 days to sell. That CP shades, man, every time. That's good. Okay, this one is the brand is called Tag, just T-A-G. It's a coffee mug. It really looked like it had never been used, so I picked it up for $1 because it was just too cute to resist. It did sell for $15, giving me a profit of $10.95, and that took 7 months to sell. Some coffee mugs are really good, some are average, some are bad, so be sure you're looking these up. These were pretty good, these coffee mugs. This was a set of 4. The brand was called Folk Craft, and it was their sponge art series. They are vintage. These I paid, let's see, $3.32 for the set of 4. They sold for $35, giving me $25.30, and those took 4 months to sell. That was kind of precarious to box those up too. Okay, now this cute little set here, this is a cream and sugar. The brand was Royal Staffordshire, and it was their Ironstone collection. Really pretty. And I got these from my friend whose grandmother was downsizing, and she let me come in. So thank you again, Tia. So I got for free. They sold for $22, giving me $17.32, and those just took 1 month. Okay, finally sold this. Yay. This is it's called a propagation station. You might remember last week I had that small cluster vase, and that's actually, you can see there's kind of two sections to this. That was just the top section. I had another one of those, and that sold for $20 last week. And this week I sold the big one finally. This one I picked up for $5, sold for $60, and that gave me a profit of $44.85, and it just took 9 months for that one. And they're really cool. What I wonder about them though is like, how do you clean all that out? You know, because plants get gunky. I don't know. Let me know if you have one and if it's a breeze to clean or if you have a great time cleaning it. I don't know. Let me know down below in the comments. Okay, our last sale for this one here. This is a vintage Union Utility is the brand. It's a blue steel. It's not a tackle box. It's a toolbox. And I don't know, is it a tackle box or a toolbox, honey? I don't have it in my notes. I could go back and look, but I mean, you can use it for whatever you want. But I was just noticing there's a ruler on the top of it, and that usually indicates a tackle box. The lady I bought it from, she had used it for her painting supplies. So anyway, I got it for $3. It sold for $23, giving me a profit of $15.19. And that just took 4 months to sell. That came from a summer yard sale. And I like stuff like that, nostalgic toolbox. Yeah. All right, so that's it for the what sold this week. But I did also want to just kind of wrap up the year. Yeah, I am going to see you again. We're going to do a death pile video this weekend because there are just no sales this weekend at all. And I don't know that if my my back issue is ready to go out on that kind of an adventure yet, but it is doing better. It gets a little better every single day. So thank you very much for all of your kind words when you left comments about it. I'll be right as rain soon, I hope. But I did just want to go over this year. I had set some goals for myself, and I'm so happy to say that I really, I made and beat them all. You may or may not know that I used to work for a bank, and my goal has always been to have a net profit for a year that was over the amount that I ever made at the bank. And I did that this year, and I did it a few months ago, or maybe even just a couple months ago. And then I went over that and exceeded that goal by another $10,000. So that's really exciting. I feel like I can really make a go of this thing. What I did do is this year as an experiment is I changed a lot of things about my store. I sell a lot less clothes now than I used to. I would say, like, let's say right now I have 1,200 listings. I would say maybe 400 of them are clothes, and the rest of them is the really cool stuff that you see in my What Sold videos every week. And during that process, I learned about so many new things. And so now I have that in my knowledge bank. And hopefully next year I can continue to do well with this kind of business model. I did also stop selling kids clothing. It just wasn't profitable enough for me. I mean, unless you're going to find a brand new thing that is some mega brand that I can't even think of what that would be. But so I've just stopped doing kids clothes altogether, really. Like I said, unless it's something, I can't say never, because if it is something really special, I will pick it up, and don't throw it back in my face that I said that. So my other goal for the year was actually to get 100 subscribers on my YouTube channel. And I actually said, if I don't have 100 subscribers by the end of the year, then I am not going to make any more videos, and I'm going to go off of YouTube. So as of today, I have 127 subscribers. So thank you very much for subscribing. I appreciate that. Who knows, maybe next year I can get even better at it as far as my making videos, editing, and, just the content in general. Maybe I'll get a bunch more subscribers. Maybe I could even get monetized. We'll see. But thank you for helping me with that goal. That was exciting to see that number hit 127. And I also really appreciate when you guys leave me nice comments. That makes a girl feel good, of course. So thank you. Now, my goals for next year, the biggest one is I need some solutions just for the managing and storing of my money pile. I'm going to call it the money pile because it's just kind of in the way, and it's an eyesore. So I'm a little embarrassed. Like if somebody comes over, I'm like, don't look at that pile. And I don't have to explain what it is. So I am going to get that under control. That is my first goal. And and then with my profits next year, I'd be real happy if I either meet or exceed this year's profits. That would be great for me. I'm very satisfied with how I did this year. So I hope you had a great year as well with your sales. I hope that maybe I showed you something that you didn't think about selling before, and that would make my day if you tell me about it. And I think that's it. I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to let you get on with your day. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you Monday. We're going to do a death pile video, the two of us. So bye.